Hi everyone, I'm Wafa Langao and welcome you all again in Grammar in Detail. And today we are going to discuss the fourth part of your predicate that is known as object. Definition of object. In object, something is done. Or another explained definition, an affected person, place, or a thing is called object. The example is you beat John. Now in this sentence your object is John. He is being affected by subject and something is done to him. See, in object something is done. John is your object person and he is also affected person. Second example, we are going home. We are going where? Home. Home is affected place and he cuts the tree. Tree is affected thing. So in object something is done or an affected person like John, affected place like home, affected thing like tree is called your object. So we say that in object something is done or an affected person, place or a thing is called object. Hope you got the object, but if you remember we discussed EOS. Now we will be discussing EOO in next slide. What do we mean by EOO? Keep in your mind EOO stands for extension of subject. E means extension, O means of and O means object. Extension of object. So definition of extension of object is a word which gives extra information about your object is called EOO. Now how it gives extra information, one note we have to check out. Note, extension of object comes only with ditransitive verbs. What do we mean by ditransitive verbs? We will discuss. Di means to and transitive which can be changed into passive voice, we call them ditransitive verbs. So the definition of ditransitive verb is ditransitive verbs are those verbs which need how many objects? Keep in your mind two objects. So see, EOO means extension of object, so second object comes, that becomes EOO. So those verbs which need two objects and can be changed into passive voice in how many ways? Keep in your mind, in four ways. We will change them in passive voice when we started active voice and passive voice, but now we will only discuss it as I told you as the part of sentence. We are not going in detail. When we will go in detail, we will learn how you are going to change them from active voice into passive voice into four ways. So keep in your mind, extension of object are made from ditransitive verbs. Now one example is there for the ditransitive verbs. Before starting that, let me clear one thing for you people. Ditransitive verbs need two objects. Keep in your mind, these ditransitive verbs need how many objects? Two objects. One object is known as direct object and second object is known as indirect object. Try to understand direct and indirect object. It means all non-livings. Keep in your mind, direct object means all non-livings. Non-livings are what? For example, English, book, chair, door, etc. And indirect object means all livings like him, them, etc. So following are the ditransitive verbs. For your help, I have given some ditransitive verbs in bracket. Teach is ditransitive verb, give, send, sell, buy, bring, gift, ask, say, tell, etc. There can be some more which we will discuss when we will start verb in detail with its passive, so we will discuss it there. But here I again tell you that it is the fourth part of your predicate, that's why we are discussing it. The concept of sentence should be clear for you people. Now example is, I say he taught me. So see, this is your teach is your ditransitive verb. It is here not giving complete meaning, though it is having an object. He taught me. A question arises, what did he teach you? And next example is he taught English. Again a question arises, whom did he teach English? So this is what, when we join these two sentences together as a verb and put over their two objects, then it is known as ditransitive verb. For example, your ditransitive verb is teach, the second form taught. He taught me English. Me is your object and English is your EOS. He taught me English. So keep in your mind, me is also affected by the action of E, and English is also affected. Now he taught me. I am the person whom he is teaching. And what I am being taught? English. So me is your object and English is your extension of an object. Extension of object means which is giving extra information about object, that me is only not affected but English is also affected in this sentence. One thing more, let me discuss with you people. We bring me is your which object? Indirect object, and English is your direct object, means non-living. If you say no, I want to bring English at the beginning and me at the end. For example, you say that he taught English to me. So see, if you say that English I want to bring here and after that me at the end. So keep in your mind, we take the support of a preposition. Then we will say he taught English to me. There are three prepositions which are used in di-transitive verbs. See, we prefer indirect objects, means living a lot. We bring it at the beginning. We say that he taught, me comes, then English comes. But you say no, I want to prefer the direct object, I want to bring it first and me at the end. So when you are shuffling the places, keep in your mind, we take the support of preposition. Different verbs take different prepositions. When we learn prepositions, there you will get, but here I'll just give you one example. One is to, one is for, and one is from, which are used in your modal auxiliary verb. These are mostly the three prepositions which are used when you are shuffling the places of your objects. If you say he taught English, then you have to use over here to me. So he taught English to me. So that is known as di-transitive verb, which is having two objects. One is object itself and second one is also affected. So that's why we call it EOO, extension of object. Hope you got today's lecture. Inshallah, next lecture will be about complement, and most of the students get a lot of confusion in complement and object, that we are going to clear in next lecture. Wish you best of luck. See you tomorrow. Allah Hafiz.